Newsletter number 3. Hello everyone, today's focus is on the translation of the game, a task that has been carried out by Quinn for the 3 English language versions to date. How did you discover OFF? I discovered OFF in 2011 as a teenager via an old, long-extinguished flame from France that I was in a long-distance relationship with. She'd made fan art of the game and I was immediately intrigued by it, and soon it was in my hands. My French wasn't very good yet at that point, but the game had such an effect on me, I moved to translate it to English to show other internet friends right away. How has it influenced your own work? OFF has been hugely influential on the character of surrealist imagery and world building in my stories and games alike. Things often happen not because they make literal sense, but metaphorical sense. Enemy and boss designs are exaggerated with a lens of fear. What is the answer to the third phone puzzle? I am not any more familiar with the phone puzzle in OFF, which is striking because I spent more time than most in a game script. That's scary. Thank you. Who's your favorite character? Zone 3's Guardian Enoch. His dialogue was a delight to translate, and the reveal he gives you as he dies has stuck with me until now, more than a decade later. What part of the game are you most excited for new people to play? The library. I want to see people's reactions to a certain regular enemy in that area. If you know, you know. The library. I'm guessing that's the big one, right? I think that's where that appears. What do you think fans of OFF would like about your game? Blank Sword's surrealist sense of world and the way it adheres to its own warped rules. The characters, like the Angel of Fatherhood and Horizon the Exorcist, would likely appeal to OFF fans too. Interesting. Might have to check that out. How did OFF influence your approach to game design? I take great care to weave narrative and gameplay together directly, based the same way that OFF's relentless and inescapable combat during boss fights hints at the nature of its protagonist, too. So I like making the options the system gives the player have implications on the characters and world. What element are you? I'm smoke, pulled around by lunds and excavated from the earth. How can people follow what you're doing now? The best way for people to find my game Blank Sword would be to follow its newsletter and socials. Nice. Alright. And it is on her work that the Fangamer teams base themselves directly to produce this new version. Frankly, without her, OFF would never have achieved 100th of the success it profits today. International big up to her. Eternal thanks through the big underwater tubes that crisscross our planet. May the echo of my gratitude never cease to resonate in them, in her direction. I would also like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to all the volunteer translators at OFF who had the determination year after year to transcribe the entire script of my little game in lots of languages that I don't understand anything about. Very seriously, I'll keep thanking you until my deathbed. My last thought will be for you before my final little wink. Okay, I hope you're doing well. Don't worry, I'm not gonna die right away. There's still a lot of work to do on the new version. See you soon. I wave goodbyes to you. Hey everyone, we had a few comments last week about the missing meat in the Zone 1 preview track. In the game, the meat version of No Precipitation is a separate track, so we made a hidden link in the word meat in Morris' interview to the song. Only 97 views at the time of writing, so congrats to those that managed to find it. Holy crap. Bruh. How did I miss this? Well, I guess I know what music I'm playing in this video now. Thank you very much to everyone helping out with the amazing number of wish lists we have received. Since this edition is about localization, we also have some additional localization news. We're happy to announce that we are bringing OFF to 3 additional languages, Italian, German, and Spanish. Localization has already started, and we will announce availability sometime in the future. On top of that, we have been hard at work adding additional Steam features. We now fully support Steam Cloud, Steam Achievements, and the virtual keyboard on the Steam Deck and Big Picture mode. We're very excited about your support so far on Steam, and if you haven't yet, please wishlist the game on Steam. Since this week's interviews spotlights Quinn Kay and her huge, important work on the game's English translations, I thought it might be interesting to look at some places the game's English will and won't be changing. Oh, competence. Competence. If you dug into the French version of OFF already, you might know that the French competence, probably not how that's pronounced, would generally be translated as skill in this context. Like Quinn before us, we've kept competences. It's just too much a part of the OFF lexicon at this point. The Up Children Down, the titles of the library books, were originally translated by a French-speaking friend of Morris Ghost rather than Quinn. In French, this bit of light reading about miasmic forces swarming around in the belly of the world is called Les Enfants Verse. Verse is a proposition you can use to mean toward or around, but also means worms, which seem to make more sense in a swarming around in the belly context. We asked Mortis about it, and he confirmed that the Up Children Down are actually the Worm Children. That's practical. I think everyone has a little bit of prior OFF translation that's stuck around in their head ever since they first played it. Mine is the Batterin 2.0 saying, "This add-on is fighting by my side." That's practical. Quinn updated that too, that's useful for 3.0, but when it came time to write the product page copy for the Batter Hat, it seemed like a perfect chance to include an Easter egg for the longtime OFF fans. Oh, neat. This batter's hat is shading my eyes. That's practical. Nice.